This video will show you how to replace the high beam bulb on a Cadillac CTS. This will be located inside of your headlamp assembly. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now to gain access to our bulb, we're going to have to do a little digging. I'm going to be doing this along the driver's side. It's a little harder to gain access from this side of the vehicle. Now with that said, we're going to have to dislodge the air filter housing. To dislodge this, we're going to want to have extra room, so let's remove our upper engine cover first. To remove your upper engine cover, the first thing you have to do is remove your oil cap. Turn that counterclockwise. Just a quick inspection of that. We'll take hold of the upper engine cover, lift it up, and pull it up and out of place. Let's reinstall the oil cap temporarily. Now let's disconnect our mass airflow sensor. It has a squeezable locking tab on the rearward side. We'll squeeze it together and then lift this up and out of place. Of course, a thorough inspection for corrosion anytime you disconnect an electrical connector. This looks good, so I'll set it aside. Now we're looking at the clamp. This clamp is in between our air filter housing and the air inlet tube. Use a flathead screwdriver or an 8mm socket. Loosen the clamp just enough that we can slide that hose out of position. Now we have three 10mm mounting bolts holding this in place. You can see two across the front, one along the back side. In this same area, let's dislodge this hose. Just pull that right out of place. Now we can take hold of this. We're going to have to maneuver it around and lift it up and out of position. Just a quick inspection of that air filter housing and we'll set it aside. Once you have that out of place, we're going to dislodge this plastic panel. There really isn't anything holding it in place. You can just take hold of it and pull it right out of position. We'll fold that down. Continuing on, we have another plastic panel. This is held in place with three push clips. There's one here, and then there's two over on the side. To remove the push clips, I'm just using a trim tool. You can use a flat blade screwdriver if necessary. On this type of push clip, you're going to start removing the center to unlock it. After that, you can remove the outer portion as well. Now we can make our way in for the next two, deep inside this area. Now let's take hold of the panel and dislodge it. There we are. Now with that cover out of the way, we have a clear view of the back side of our headlamp assembly. Looking closely, you're going to see that you have two circular covers here. The upper cover is for your low beam bulb, and the high beam bulb would be located under the lower cover. Let's start removing this cover. To do that, take hold of it, twist it counterclockwise, and remove it from the back side of the headlamp assembly. Of course, a thorough inspection of that cover. We'll set it aside. Now with that cover removed, you can have a quick look inside of that port. This is where we can see our electrical wiring harness and we can see the bulb. We're going to disconnect the electrical wiring harness after we remove the bulb from the assembly. So with that said, let's just take hold of that. We'll give it a quick twist and pull it out and away. Now as far as removing this bulb, you may find that it's a little difficult because we do have the body of the vehicle here. Just carefully make your way inside. Be careful for any pinch points. Like I said, we'll take hold of it, turn it counterclockwise. And we should be able to pull that out and away. Now at this point, we can see our bulb and our electrical connector. Let's disconnect the two. Now you could do this by hand. I typically like to use a small pocket screwdriver to make my way under and gently pry that locking tab away. There it is, friend. After confirming there's no corrosion on that electrical connector, it's time for installation of the brand new high beam bulb. Let's align the locking tab area, press it in. Audible click from that. And it is secured. We don't want that coming loose. Carefully get this back inside that headlamp assembly. We're going to align it, press it in, and turn it clockwise. Of course, you do want to make sure that that's secured in place inside the headlamp assembly so it's not wiggling around while you're driving down the road. Assuming it's good, continue on with your protective cover. Now this cover is going to help keep moisture and debris out of the area. You definitely do not want to leave this out of place. It has to be perfectly in place so it seals. Double check, make sure it's secure. Just one last quick inspection in this area and we can reinstall our plastic panel. Now this plastic panel has to be in the proper placement. This area is going to slide in and behind the headlamp assembly, directly inside here. After that, we'll align all 3 push pin ports and install those push pins. Just a couple light taps. I'm going to start with my upper push pin ports. Now each of these push pins, once you drive in the outer portion, lock them in by pressing in the center. There's the outer portion. And I locked it in with the center. Same process for the other 2. Now let's make our way down to the bottom. We'll align that one as well. Press in that outer portion. And I have the center locking tab. If you find it difficult, you can tap it into place. With that plastic panel in place, it's time for our next protective panel. We're going to slide this in behind here. Swing it over the top of this area where our mounting bolt ports are. Bring it all the way over. Perfect. Press that down. Now it's time to install the air filter housing. When we get that in position, we have to make sure it's aligned with our air inlet tube, and we have each of our 3 mounting bolt ports aligned as well. Try to get this down in here. So now once you feel as though you have the air filter housing in place, we'll continue on with our 3 10mm mounting bolts. I like to start them all in before I tighten any of them, just in case you have to maneuver things around. Move that hose if necessary. Next one's up here. Double check, make sure this hose makes its way all the way around. We need to secure it here. We'll make our way over towards the air inlet tube. We're going to be taking hold of this. We'll slide it in towards the air filter housing, and then we're going to tighten our 8mm headed clamp. Okay. Once you feel as though you have that tightened, double check to make sure it's in the proper placement and it is secured. You don't want any dirty air making its way into the engine. Let's continue on with the electrical connector for the mass airflow sensor. Mine fell down inside this area, that's okay. Now, as you remember during the removal process, the locking tab will be facing towards the rear of the vehicle. Line it up, press it in. Audible click from that. A light tug. Double check to make sure everything's secured here. Let's continue on with our engine cover. Let's remove that engine oil cover. We'll get our engine cover in place. Now we're bringing this into position. As we start resting it down, align the port for your oil cap. After that, as long as everything's straight, this should be properly aligned. We're going to press it down. All 4 corners, and of course double check to make sure it's secured. Let's reinstall our oil cap. Line it up, turn it clockwise until it's completely bottomed out. Double check, make sure that's secured so no moisture makes its way inside the engine. Okay friend, we finished our installation. The next thing you have to do is test the functionality. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.